In 1995, McDonald's released a collection of 8 Happy Meal toys based on the insanely popular SpiderMan the Animated Series. 4 figures and 4 spider cars made up the entire set, and today we are looking at not 1, not 2, not even 3. That's right, we'll be checking out all 4 of the spider cars here on Creed's Collection. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Creed's Collection. Today we are looking at the spider cars from the 1995 SpiderMan the Animated Series Happy Meal toys by McDonald's. I wanted to show you something different this week, and it occurred to me that I've never covered any fast food toys. So with Thanksgiving tomorrow, I figured now was the perfect time for food-oriented toys. This set includes Spider-Man, Venom, Hobgoblin, and Scorpion. So let's not waste any time and jump in, starting off with our hero, Spider-Man. Spider-Man's spider car is known as the Web Runner, and originally it was a lot more white than this. Unfortunately, I had it on a shelf in the window for many years in the sun, and it did yellow. Other than that though, it looks pretty much exactly the same as it did when I got it. I always find toys like this strange, however, because Spider-Man swings around New York and has never needed a car. But the figure does look really good, as you can see here. It's nice paint work. I wish you could pull him out, but you can't. But that's okay. It is a shame that it yellowed this much through the years, but if I would have known that putting it in the sun would have done that, I definitely would have moved it. Now on the bottom, the wheels here activate the gimmick of the vehicle where the legs scurry back and forth when it drives. Hence it being the Web Runner. Unfortunately, this one doesn't work quite as well as it used to. I mean, it does still work, but the wheels get stuck a little bit, so the legs don't scurry quite as well. So I guess now he's battle damaged Spider-Man. On the bottom of the Web Runner between the wheels, you can see the copyright date, 1995, Marvel, made in China. Now we're going to take a look at Venom on his Venom Transport. This one definitely looks really good. Even though I know, again, it doesn't make any sense that Venom would be driving a car, I really like the red legs on the side and the giant mandibles and face on the front of the car. I like to believe that this isn't a car at all, but a new form the symbiote has taken on. As we get a little closer, you can see that these legs don't move, but that's okay because look how awesome Venom looks right here. And then in the front, the jaws open and close, really nice. Here on the bottom, you can see the wheels, and that's actually what activates the jaw as you roll it around on the ground. And this still works perfectly, as you can see. Not quite as quick as the legs on the Web Runner, but still pretty awesome as it moves around, chomping up everything in sight. The Venom Transport also has the same 1995 made in China copyright on the bottom. Now we're moving right along to Hobgoblin in his Land Glider. The Land Glider is the vehicle that probably makes the most sense in this collection, since Hobgoblin is known to fly around on his glider. It's not much of a stretch to think that the Hobgoblin could also have a car. Of course, why it has wings and a face built on it, I'm not sure. I do like the high attention to detail though, like the pumpkin bomb wheels right here, and then if you flip it over and look in the wings, the claws are actually also holding pumpkin bombs. That is really cool. Here on the bottom you can see the wheels, and as they spin they actually make the wings flap. That's the gimmick for this one. I also think the Hobgoblin sculpt is one of the better ones. I really like how they did his face. Also, the face on the front here is pretty excellent. The wing flapping feature is 100% intact. Again, they don't flap very furiously, but they still work. And of course on the bottom, the same copyright, 1995 Marvel, made in China. And now last but not least, we are checking out the Scorpion and his Scorpion Sting Striker. Like the Hobgoblin, it doesn't really bother me to see the Scorpion in a vehicle, since his suit is already a piece of tech, and on the cartoon, he's backed by the Kingpin. It really looks like something Alistair Smythe would make, almost like one of the Spider Slayers. Like all the others, I think the Scorpion sculpt is excellent. The legs do not move on this one, and neither do the pinchers, but the tail does. As it rolls forward on the wheels here, it makes the tail strike over and over. And unlike the others, there's actually an articulation in Scorpion's tail here, so you can turn it left and right, making Scorpion the only one with any point of articulation whatsoever. And as for that stinging action, oh yeah, it still works perfectly. This one's always worked the best, and it still does. And of course on the bottom between the wheels, the same 1995 copyright, made in China. And now for our He-Man size comparison. As you can see, He-Man towers over the Spider cars, and the only reason he might ever need one is if he wanted a skateboard or some roller skates. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my toy retrospective for the Spider Cars from the 1995 Spider-Man the Animated Series Happy Meal toys by McDonald's. I didn't actually get these when they came out. I picked them up at the Goodwill store a couple years later for 25 cents a piece. And honestly, I'm super glad I did. One of the best $2 I ever spent. If you enjoyed this retrospective, please leave a thumbs up. And if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment. I love reading and responding to them. And while you're at it, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. It would help my channel grow. I do a retrospective on a toy from my vintage collection every Wednesday. So I hope to see you next week and every week after, here on Creed's Collection.